So just want to welcome everyone to the 2026 annual meeting for ArtPride New Jersey. So glad everyone could be here. I wanted to share that closed captioning is available at the bottom of your screen, or I should say within the Zoom interface. For those of you that don't know me, I am Adam Pearl. I'm president and CEO of ArtPride New Jersey. I am a white male in my mid 40s with short brown hair, hazel eyes, a clean shaven face. Today I'm wearing a blue and purple striped shirt and a blue jacket. I'm in my home office and I have kind of a beige wall with a bunch of art and posters behind me. I did want to share that we are recording the video. We know it's a busy time of year for folks, so we are recording this annual meeting so that we can share it out with our membership for those that couldn't be with us live this morning. For those of you that are here with us today, I encourage you to use the Q&A feature and to keep an eye on the chat throughout the webinar. We definitely want to hear your questions if you have them, and we will be sharing some links along the way with some of the items that we're talking about. So moving on to the next slide, a little bit about what we're going to be getting to today. So we're going to talk a little bit. I will share some of our highlights over the last fiscal year. We're going to speak a little bit about some of our trustee transition, folks that are leaving the board and folks that are joining our board of trustees. And then you're going to hear from some of the staff in a preview of what to expect over the next year. And we are absolutely already excited about what is ahead. So looking back, last over the last 12 months, this year really marked one of the largest public-facing investments for our Pride New Jersey that we made in recent years. We got to see really the true full utilization of the next generation JerseyArts.com platform. So really our first full year with that new platform and the continuation of the You Gotta Be Here Discover Jersey Arts campaign. And we saw immediate growth in traffic and engagement. And we're continuing to expand our storytelling, our seasonal marketing campaigns, and our opportunities for members to connect with audiences statewide. And you can see here some of the statistics and around feature stories and some of the engagement that we've had. And it's really been a fantastic year for Discover Jersey Arts. Our programs and services work absolutely continue to grow in both scale and impact. The Audience Insight Management, or AIM program, now represents one of the strongest shared audience development tools in the region. Arts Pay NJ Phase 2, which we launched with our friends, our colleagues in the art service organizations across the state, and that collaborative continues to position New Jersey as a leader in conversations around compensation, workforce sustainability, and equity in the arts sector. Professional development remains a major priority for our Pride New Jersey throughout the year, and will continue to do so in the year ahead, as you're going to see. On the advocacy and public policy side, we absolutely had some huge wins. The first, absolutely, Arts Funding Protection Bill, which was signed into law in January, right before Governor Murphy left office, and the legislation safeguards the $31.9 million minimum appropriation for the New Jersey State Council on the Arts by clearly naming and protecting the funds in the statute. And this was a huge win, a bipartisan, unanimous vote, and something that we can really lean on for the future. We continue to be extremely active at all levels of advocacy, at local, county, state, and federal. We had another fantastic Arts Advocacy Day this year. 30 people, including executive directors and arts administrators, Art Pride New Jersey board members, two student groups from New Jersey Thespians and Arts at NJ participated in meetings on the Hill in DC with both senators and 11 members of the House, where we discussed federal funding, arts education, and tax-related bills for workforce development. It was another great year for New Jersey's Arts Advocacy Day. We continue also to have a really strong presence at the League of Municipalities that allows us a ton of face time and creating relationships at the local municipal and county levels. This year we partnered with the Atlantic City Arts Foundation to hold a reception at one of their arterials. And that's a program that transforms vacant spaces into exhibits for local artists. And partnering together was absolutely a huge success. On top of the booth that we host every year in the conference and the panel that we host as well around arts related topics. And it really, as I said, brings an opportunity for us to be in front of community leaders. Good to know that membership continues to grow even during a challenging time for many organizations. I think this really speaks to the collective advocacy and statewide connection that our Pride New Jersey provides. We remain committed to accessibility. We are continuing to offer our free first year membership initiative. If you know any New Jersey nonprofit arts organization that has not been a member of Art Pride before, please reach out to myself or Marcy Sandler on our team so they can learn more about that first year membership initiative. We continue to offer our sliding scale dues structure, and we are continuing to strengthen partnerships across tourism, economic development, community development, education, and more. I think folks have seen this year marked Art Pride New Jersey's 40th anniversary. We're continuing to celebrate through the changing of our fiscal year. We have another 6 months of celebration for our 40th anniversary. It's really an opportunity to reflect on the organization's legacy and continued evolution. Internally, we remain focused on long-term sustainability for the organization, focused on taking our strategic planning and putting that into action. We're focused on organizational health while continuing to maintain full staffing, statewide service, and strong programmatic capacity, despite ongoing financial pressures in the sector. So we're going to now transition here to thank some of our outgoing trustees. It gives me great pleasure to bring on our leader of our board, the chair of our Pride New Jersey's Board of Trustees, Dr. Karen Berkowitz, my friend and colleague as well. And Karen is going to take us through this next section.
Thank you so much, Adam. I'm Karen Berkowitz. I am a 40-something white female with glasses, blonde hair, increasingly many wrinkles, wearing a sort of light brown colored sweater and black blouse. And I'm delighted to be here today to thank our outgoing trustees, but I want to start just very quickly by saying thank you to Adam and the ArtPride staff as well. ArtPride's success in building community and in advocating for support for the arts could not be more critical than it is at this time. And you guys are just doing an incredible job, all of you, in keeping the arts thriving across New Jersey at a really difficult moment. So without further ado, I want to take a minute for all of us to acknowledge and thank three outgoing trustees. It's hard to imagine Art Pride without these three, and it is definitely not an understatement to say that Art Pride would not exist in its current robust form without their contributions and their service over the years. So Corey Solomon, I had the pleasure of working with Corey on the audit committee, which she has chaired for the last several years. She brings an extremely strong voice from South Jersey, advocating for the arts in South Jersey to Art Pride. And she is just steeped in nonprofit finance and management, and that expertise has been critical to us. She is taking that expertise to Nashville now. So I like to think that we are not losing her, we're just exporting some New Jersey in that direction. So we want to thank Corey for her service. Carol Kronheim is, I think of Carol as the guru of government strategy. She is so deeply immersed in all things strategic to do with New Jersey state government that she's absolutely just an invaluable resource for all of us. She has served on the strategic planning, the governance, and the resource development committees. And she's done work within the state government as well as for Art Pride, and has graciously and seamlessly moved between those roles, sort of stepping back when she needed to from Art Pride and then stepping forward as she moved in and out of roles in the Department of State, the government. And I want to finally thank Paul McRae. Paul has been a part of the Art Pride board since 2003. He first joined and has been part of this community since then. He has been board chair, and he has also chaired executive, marketing and messaging, and strategic planning committees. He's served on the governance, finance committees, and many ad hoc task forces, including the impactful organizational culture task force that set up many of the current practices of the board that are still in operation today. And in addition, he co-chaired the EDISJ steering committee that led the organization through the journey that helped to establish its current values. So all three of these trustees have done just incredible work with their expertise and their insight, but also just huge donation of time. And I think that we should just take a minute to recognize and thank them all for everything. Um, but when we say so long and turn one set of trustees into alumni, um, that also means that it's time to bring in new voices, which is just as exciting. So I'd like to hand it over to Mike Stotz, who's chair of the governance committee, who can talk us through the new trustees.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mike Stotz. I'm the executive director of Paper Mill Playhouse, but also serve on the board of ArtPride New Jersey and am chair of the governance committee. And today we are uh, electing several new trustees to the board of ArtPride. We have had the election open for several weeks now, and the voting will remain open until the conclusion of this meeting. So if you have not yet voted, please go to the link and do that now. So the new trustees that we are proposing today are Kara Buss, Executive Director of the Perkins Center for the Arts, Giancarlo DiLeonardo, Economic Development Division Director, Passaic County, Nora DeVoe Rosen, Managing Director of Two River Theater Company, Dan E. Jennings, Executive Director of Real Estate and Economic Development at Montclair State University, Allison Lorena, President and CEO of the Mayo Performing Arts Center in Morristown, Brishan Miller, Executive Director of Passage Theater, Wanda Moore, Strategic Development Consultant of Winona's House, and Charles Riccardi, Team Leader of New Jersey Motion Picture and Television Commission. All of them are great advocates for the arts, wonderful candidates for the Board of Art Pride, and I encourage you to go on board, go online, and vote for them at this time. Thank you very much. I'll turn it back to you, Adam.
Thanks, Mike. I think yep. Thank you, Jim. Actually, Jim, I think that went just to, hold on one second, folks. We want to drop this in the chat there you go. Oh, Jim and I both did it simultaneously. So you have it twice. There's the link. If you haven't had a chance, for those of us that are joining live, you can click over to that form and vote. But as Mike noted, voting has been open for several weeks, and lots of members have been able to log in and vote. So we'll just give you a second there to do that. Um, and I think we're gonna keep moving here. We'll keep things moving on. I'm gonna go to the next slide. We're gonna actually take a little fun break here. Oh, we went one too many there. There we go. Thanks, Jim. Jim Atkinson, our Director of Program Services, is behind the scenes here, making sure all this runs. So we appreciate it. Thank you, Jim. You'll see him on camera in a little bit. So we have a trivia game for those that are joining live. You can actually just, while I'm talking here, scan this using your phone, and enter like a username and play a trivia game that Jim's going to bring up on screen in just a few minutes or a few seconds here when folks have an opportunity to log in. We encourage you to do it. This only works if people participate. We found that people like trivia, and if you enjoy this interlude, then you'll probably enjoy the pub trivia session that we're going to have at the Thrive Arts Conference later this month. On Thursday, June 25th at Princeton University. We promise to make sure we mention Thrive again later in this webinar, but we wanted to give you a little tease of not just the big strategic thinking and the interesting topics and the amazing networking and just the incredible opportunity just to be with each other in person across the sector, but also a little fun that we'll have at Thrive this year. We like to have a little fun, and we're excited about having some trivia there as well. And Jim, how are we doing? Do we have any folks that participated?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right.
So
Do you want
first
to take
question is up. They can answer this on their phones.
awesome? I'm using my best poker face to not give it away.
See, the timer is clicking at the top.
Oh, we got one more. Is it three, Jim?
Three, yes.
Nice. This would be a guess for me. I'll be honest and say I would have got it wrong. All right, last one. Isaac on the ArtPride team takes home the gold.
I cheated. I knew the answers beforehand.
Oh, you're not supposed to say that.
All right. Well, we're gonna get back to it. So we're gonna actually change gears now. Take a few minutes here to look forward at what folks can expect from ArtPride New Jersey in the year ahead. And to start, we're gonna discuss our advocacy and public policy. It gives me great pleasure to introduce my colleague and ArtPride New Jersey team member, our Director of Advocacy Operations, Vince Hall.
Thank you, Adam. Good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Vincent Hall. I'm the Director of Advocacy Operations. Unfortunately, my co-partner in the advocacy department, Vanessa, is not here right now. She is away at AFTCON in Albuquerque, so I'll be doing the update. So as always, we're going to continue um, to legislative outreach to educate lawmakers on the importance of arts funding on the local, state, and federal level. We're going to continue to host annual events like the League of Municipalities Conference, the panel, and New Jersey's Arts Advocacy Day in DC. We're going to build local partnerships with mayors and municipal leaders, specifically through our mayor's committee, to promote arts in community development. Next slide, please. We're looking to pilot a youth arts education advocacy day in Trenton. This will be in partnership with Arts Ed Newark, Arts Ed New Jersey, and New Jersey Thespians. We've been hosting Advocacy 101 workshops for arts and culture organizations. This is a nice way for organizations to learn just the basics if they're interested in learning how to get more involved in advocacy efforts. We're going to coordinate some regional legislative roundtables. This will be with arts organizations and legislators to educate them on the impact of the arts in their district. Next slide, please. And lastly, we're going to look to expand our civic engagement narrative, promoting the election season. Specifically, today is primary day, so make sure you go out and vote. We're going to be doing our candidate surveys again for the general election, voter registration efforts, using our new public impact data. Participate in some speaking engagements across the state to ensure that the arts have a voice in shaping public life. and collaborate with legislative champions to create and advance pro-arts legislation. And these are just a few things that we're going to be doing throughout the fiscal year. And now I'm going to pass it to Tanisha, who's going to give you a look at the FY27 programs and services. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Vince. Good morning, all. Hello, my name is Tanisha Ford. I'm an African American woman of indiscriminate age, wearing a rust and brown knitted sweater with curly black hair and white and black glasses. I'm coming to you from my home in Willingboro, New Jersey, the ancestral lands of the Lenni Lenape. So starting in 2025, really, our work was about building pathways, making it easier for people to discover arts experiences and connect with all of you through campaigns like You Gotta Be Here, using strategic email marketing, promoting feature stories, and social media. Our goal is to create excitement around New Jersey arts and give people reasons, as if there aren't a million, to participate with New Jersey arts. We're also focused on growing and strengthening our digital community. We saw increases across all of our social platforms, and we launched a new Threads presence designed to spark conversation, celebrate artists and organizations, and encourage people to proudly brag about just how great New Jersey art scene really is. And behind all of this was a larger goal of breaking down barriers, helping people see that the arts are welcoming, accessible, and meant for them. Next slide, please. And that audience building work really came to life through our You Gotta Be Here campaign, launched in the fall of 2025. The campaign was designed to do more than just advertise events. It was about reminding people that the arts are essential to the vibrant communities and everyday life in New Jersey through a mix of digital advertising, streaming video, social media, direct mail. We reached audiences across the state with more than 2.5 million impressions. But beyond the numbers, the larger goal again was visibility, helping people see themselves in the arts, recognize the incredible creative experiences that are happening here in New Jersey, and feel invited to participate. Because ultimately, every impression is an opportunity, not just to promote a show or an organization, but to really strengthen public awareness on how important the arts are to our communities, to our economy, and to the quality of our lives. And with that, I will pass it on to Isaac Serna Diaz, who will expound more on some of our efforts.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tanisha. Hello, everyone. My name is Isaac Serna Diaz. I am the digital content manager of ArtPride New Jersey. I am a young Hispanic male with curly hair, black curly hair, dark brown eyes, and I'm wearing a black t-shirt in my bedroom office in New Brunswick, New Jersey, the ancestral homeland of the Mohican and Munsee Lenape people. If you're a little unsure of what Discover Jersey Arts is, it is the business to consumer arm of ArtPride New Jersey. It is a program under ArtPride where we tell all of your stories and we create event guides of all of the things that you are all hosting. Okay, so we are basically doing the marketing for you. A couple of ways that you can get involved with us actively is through our seasonal campaigns and through our stories. First and foremost, I'm going to introduce the seasonal campaigns. Right now, we just recently launched the Stubborn Guide, so it's a little bit too late to get involved with that one. But the Fall Arts Guide is launching in September, goes all the way through, I believe it's just before Thanksgiving. So if you're going to host some sort of event, a festival, a show, whatever it might be, you can do that by submitting here. There's a QR code on the screen. It's just a simple form that you need to fill out. You need a URL, a photo, and the name of the event. There's also the URL right there. And if you have access to the ArtPride portal, which you should if you're an ArtPride member, you can just find it on the sidebar. You'll see submit to the fall guide, or on the top of the navigation menu, there's a submit campaign event button, I believe. But the seasonal campaigns are not the only way that you can get involved with Discover Jersey Arts. We also host a bunch of story content, right? So there's articles, there's videos, there's podcasts, all telling stories about the events that you guys are hosting. And we want to get behind the scenes on the stories, right? We're not just doing simple previews of your events. We want to talk to the people involved. We want to talk to the actors, the directors. Maybe it's dancers, maybe it's artists, whoever it might be, festival coordinators. And ways that you can get involved with the stories is also through the ArtPride portal. Okay, you just have to pitch it, and I promise I look at all of it. I just ask that you take 1 or 2 months before the event starts to submit it, because I like to keep things organized well in advance. But with that, I'm now going to introduce Jim, who's going to talk to you a little bit more about the program Discover Jersey Arts. So thank you.
Thanks a lot, Isaac. Good morning, everyone. I am Jim Atkinson, the Director of Programs and Services here at ArtPride. I am a middle-aged Gen X, I'm a white male. I have black hair, blue eyes, with black rimmed glasses, and today I'm wearing a dark chocolate gray button-up shirt. I'm coming to you from my home office in Haddon Township, New Jersey, which is the ancestral homeland of the Lenni Lenape. So as Isaac mentioned, we work a lot on creating all this content and wanted to share with you some of the fruits of that labor. So as Adam mentioned, we relaunched jerseyarts.com back in the summer of 2024. So we're looking at the growth here of the website year over year. These are monthly statistics year over year. So you see we were averaging a little over 29,000 back in 2024. That jumped about 24% in 2025, and another 36% increase year over date in 2026. So we're seeing good increases in site traffic. We also look at the combined viewership. So these numbers are specific to just the storytelling that Isaac was alluding to. So these are, again, the podcast episodes, the video packages, and the articles that we produce. So again, you see a 41% increase in that traffic in 2025, and we are looking at to date, a 9.5% increase over that so far in 2026. So all the numbers trending in a really positive direction. As Adam alluded to earlier, we also saw a lot of increases with our Audience Insights Manager program. So this is the community patron database. So organizations that subscribe to this for the year pool their data into one database, and then we're able to work with our vendor, TRG Arts, to provide a lot of demographic and psychographic and buyer behavior around those patrons. So what that does for you is it identifies new patron donors, potential donors, from your existing audience pools. It provides really accurate audience demographics to funders. It helps you market your programs more effectively to your existing patrons. And if you do direct mail and you want to participate in list trading, which is optional, but a lot of the organizations that participate do that, you're able to grow your audience by focusing on really targeted community data that would match your programming. We also mentioned that, Vince, I think, mentioned that we updated our public value data this year. So this is the data that we work closely with the Arts Council to help gather, and we run it through the Americans for the Arts, Arts and Economic Prosperity 6 calculator to determine jobs created, economic impact, attendance, and we're doing this both on the statewide and the county level. So we have the statewide data that's available, and also you can break this down to your county. And you can see all that at artpridej.org/public value. We want to take a quick snapshot of what this looks like. So this is comparing our pre-pandemic data versus early days of the recovery versus the fiscal year 2024, which is calendar year 2025, which is the most updated data that we had available to us. And as you can see, certainly there's been recovery, but we are still at below pre-pandemic levels when we look at the attendance of the arts across the state. We see that also hitting really hard in jobs. So you see jobs created nearly 22,000 pre-pandemic, which had dropped all the way down to, not shockingly, around 9,500 when we were just coming out of the pandemic. But again, while that's restored up to near 13,000, still well below the pre-pandemic levels. The one area that was not hit as hard is the economic impact. And this is, I think, you see a direct influence of inflation. Everything costs a lot more. So you saw that drop was not as significant, and we've actually at this point the highest economic impact I believe we've ever had on record at over $692 million as an industry. So this data again is all available at rpridnj.org/public value. You can also see there are infographics available there, both statewide and regional and at the county level. So if you find yourself communicating with decision makers, it's a great little fact sheet that you can pull out and have as a resource. As Adam mentioned, also coming up is Thrive. So Thrive is our biannual arts conference taking place at the Lewis Arts Complex at Princeton University on June 25th. You can get full details on the conference and register at artpridenj.org/thrive. And we are really excited about our keynote speaker this year, Kashana Palmer, who is a podcaster and a YouTuber and a leader really in the idea of finding work balance. She's worked in the industry before and has kind of had those aha moments. And the theme of her keynote is busy as a four-letter word. So we're really excited about having her. It's a really strong program, and I look forward to seeing you all there in June. So with that, I'm going to hand it on off back to Adam.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you, Tanisha, Isaac, and Vince as well for giving that uh, preview of the year to come. The next section I'm going to take over. Marcy Sandler, our membership and development manager, and I worked on together. So we're gonna jump right in here. The one thing I will say about Thrive though is don't hesitate to register. We definitely expect to sell out. But just looking in terms of membership, looking forward for membership, I want to thank organizations that have already renewed their membership with Our Pride New Jersey this year. Your continued support, the organizational membership dues, allows us to advocate for the arts on behalf of organizations across the state. They're unrestricted funds, frankly, and it really strengthens our collective voice. It expands our opportunities for visibility and collaboration, and it helps ensure that the arts community remains connected and thriving. Just as a reminder, the way organizational membership works is that memberships are billed each January for the current fiscal year. So memberships, organizations were billed for membership this past January for the fiscal year that's ending at the end of this month. For folks that have not renewed, there's still time to do so, and frankly, every dollar does help. We're going to drop, I think Marcy's going to drop a link in the chat here about that's going to take you to a place where you can renew your membership. But if you have any questions or you need paperwork, again, feel free to reach out to myself or Marcy. We're happy to do so. Happy to give you whatever paperwork, whatever information you might need to make it happen. And then the work we celebrated throughout today's meeting really is possible because organizations like so many are who are on the call today and who will tune in later choose to invest in a stronger arts community. And we want to thank you for helping to build that future together. Um, as I mentioned, and this is this great graphic that you may have seen already. If you haven't, this is a great opportunity. We're continuing to celebrate Our Pride New Jersey's 40th anniversary. And so I just want to take a moment to reflect on what that milestone really represents. For 40 years, Our Pride New Jersey has worked to advance, support, and advocate for the arts across the state. And together, we've built a stronger New Jersey community. And we built that through creativity and through collaboration. Whether it's advocating for public support for the arts or connecting audiences with arts organizations statewide through Discover Jersey Arts and jerseyarts.com, whether it's providing professional development support or research, these are all different ways that Art Pride has helped over the years. And so, we're just really happy to celebrate not only the organization, but the people that have carried the organization along the way. And we're going to continue to do that. No surprise that Thrive coming up in a few weeks and throughout the year. And just want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody for all that you've done for the organization over the many years. And we will continue to share this graphic if you haven't had a chance to read it through. We're going to keep moving here. The last thing I'll say before we get going here is that we are celebrating our 40th anniversary in a special way. We have our end of fiscal year appeal going on right now, obviously through June 30th. And we are celebrating this milestone anniversary and providing anyone who donates $40 or more before June 30th with this commemorative New Jersey magnet. You can see the magnet here on the screen. This is actually what it actually looks like, celebrating 40 years of advocacy for the arts, of course, while supplies last. Most importantly, individual support ensures that the arts remain visible. Individual support and organizational membership dues are our two forms of unrestricted giving, and that allows us to do the important work that we do. So, thank you. Thank you to everyone for being part of this community, for supporting the arts, and for helping Art Pride New Jersey continue this work for another 40 years. We can go to the last slide. Um, I want to thank just a few folks here before we say goodbye. I absolutely want to thank the Art Pride New Jersey staff, the incredible team that I'm so lucky to lead. They are all fantastic at what they do, and they do this work with great passion and dedication, and with a really, truly high professional skill set. And I think folks see that in the work that comes out of our organization. I want to thank our Pride New Jersey's board of directors, our volunteer leadership, not only the officers, but every single member, every single trustee, every member of our board is engaged in a different way, and they're collectively making sure that the organization is moving in the right direction. I certainly want to thank, our major funders, our major supporters, folks like the New Jersey State Council on the Arts, the Grunin Foundation, the Kirby Foundation, the Victoria Foundation, the Laurie Foundation, Hyden Watson Foundation as well, New Jersey Division of Travel and Tourism, and so many others who give at so many different ways. We just really appreciate everything that you do. And lastly, I want to thank the members and the advocates. We are a membership organization. We are an advocacy organization. We are nothing but the constituency which we represent. So our Pride New Jersey does not exist without your collective engagement, without your consensus, without all of your involvement with our Pride New Jersey. And so thank you for continuing to be members and for continuing to work with and support our organization. And with that, we're going to wrap up our Pride New Jersey's 2026 annual membership meeting. We really appreciate everyone who was able to join us live, and for those that were able to watch this on the recording that was posted afterwards, thank you again to everyone for being here. Take care.